Hey guys, welcome back. I got a new set of pliers that I've recently picked up, and I've had a chance to play around with them a little bit. But the company that these are from is IPS, and correct me if I'm wrong, but they're called Igarashi. And this model for this is the HLS-300, as well as the HLB-300. And the 300, I believe, stands for its full-on length. That is 300 millimeters from nose to tip of handle. And that goes for both of these. Now, the difference between these two pliers, as you put them side by side, because they look very familiar, is actually the offset on the jaw. On the end here of this set, the HLBs, it is bent. And it is bent at roughly a 45-degree angle. So to get in those kind of tight recessed areas where you just can't quite get a straight on approach. Now, these ones are going to be straight, and they got a nice, actual triangular pattern of how they come to a tip. And I guess these ones kind of do too. They're just a little bit thicker, and they got a little bit more machine work done to them as well. So, and both of these are forged units. They're made of chrome, vanadium steel, and the hardness of both of these, a little on the medium side. They're a little closer to the IPS claims they're somewhere between 44 and 55 on the HRC rating scale. So hard enough, but not super duper tool steel hard. So, and that's probably nice. And you can actually see it here. I'm gonna give you a little handle flex, but it does have some flex in there, just a little bit, a little spring action. Ideally, so you don't snap off, because as you look here at the end of this plier here, there is not a lot of material past these grooves on the outer edges. And so as you squeeze the handle, so you can't see the handle, but you can see here, the very tip closes first. And for me, that is actually a pet peeve. I like the very tip, or at least the front portion, to engage first, and then the back. That just ensures that you have good longevity, and it does ensure that you also, too, have a very good end bite and grip on the material you're using. So there is a slight kick upwards here on the metal that does give you that bite. But as you squeeze the handle again, you can see it then transfers. I'm going to try to get a little bit better grip here for you guys. You can first see it touches here, and then it works its way all the way down until it's going to touch here in just a second. So just give it a watch. And there you go. So there's some spring to the metal, which in this case I do like. Now again, chrome vanadium steel. This is a nickel chrome plating to the whole pliers themselves. So it is a nice plating, and the finish is actually pretty good. You know, there hasn't been much machine work. The forgings are nice and clean for the most part. Nothing that really sticks out and screams bad quality whatsoever. They do claim that you could also clip some soft wire with this, and I think it goes up to about 3.2 millimeters of usable cutting space. So that is nice to have that added benefit there. Now you have these jaws with different serrations to them. Some obviously deeper and more aggressive than others. And they do have some smaller ones here on the end. Maybe you're trying to take some material and bend it. Or, just gives you additional options when working with various objects. So it is nice. It's got quite a bit of features going for it, because it's not. I mean, it looks like almost like a needle nose, but it's not. Right? Your needle nose. I'll grab a set here. All right, has a different taper, and isn't quite as thick, I feel like, on the end, or as toothy, right, to be able to grab objects. Your needle nose is going to be much more fine grabbing of material. So it's a different take, but what's obviously nice about it is they are extra long. They have extra long beams to allow you to get into deep places, or just hard to reach places. And let's go real quickly here. You can see here they have stamped they're obviously their name, IPS, and the part number on the side. And as you can tell, these are made in Japan. IPS is a Japanese company, and I believe the majority, if not all, of their tools are made in Japan. So if you like Japanese quality, IPS is a good route to go. Now they do dip the handles. It is a nylon dip. It is very thin, but it is actually quite grippy on your hands. So that is nice. That tends to translate pretty well as you get grease on it. Better than some of the other nylon handles. So, I mean, time will tell, but it's a good start. Fit and finish. It is a slight bit off, but not excessive. Definitely doable. It is slip joint too. So you're able to come down on the end here. I mean, that looks like it's usable. They claim it's opens up to 25 millimeters, right, for usable space. So probably 2.5 centimeters. Obviously, you could go bigger if you want, but if you want to maximize that jaw capacity, you can still get pretty wide with it. So nice slip joint. Now, why would someone need a set of pliers like these, right? Either the angled version or the long version. And it's just because you need to get into deep places. If you want a small head, right, on it, on a set of pliers that aren't necessarily needle nose, maybe these could be considered more of like a hybrid in between the two, but these are kind of like your conventional pliers that have the ability to really get into deep places. So say for instance, you drop something in a hole and you try to get at it with your pliers, right? Your traditional pliers, your needle nose, you try to get in there, you are getting nowhere near far enough in there to pull those pliers out. Or pliers, to pull that, in this case, it's a nut, right? Or it could be a socket, right? That infamous 10 millimeter socket drops inside there. You're not going to get that with those. You are, however, with the IPSs, you're able to reach right down inside there and grab it. I apologize because it is hard to do this on camera while trying to grab it in the bottom of this. There you go. Got it there. Perfect. Able to grab it out of the bottom and pull it out. Right, and that is roughly what 7-8 inches deep, that washing fluid tank. But otherwise, right, you have to find a magnet. I mean, hopefully it's metal what you're trying to put out there. If it's plastic, you can have a heck of a time trying to get that out of there. And the same thing goes for items in your engine bay. It's in your house. My wife has used these for the dryer to get lint out of the bottom of it. I mean, the uses are endless. So these do come in handy, and I do like the fact that they are very minimal in size. I mean, the head here is roughly, I'll give you guys a measurement real quick. The widest part of this is roughly an inch, right? That's as wide as it gets. Now let's look at another application. Let's say you got a piece of pipe. This is a 2-inch inner diameter pipe, right? You could put the pliers all the way through this pipe. And it gets even better as you go to the wider opening. Let's say you got something wide inside there. You could actually get the pliers all the way in on the one end and out the other and still have jaw space to grab whatever you're trying to grab. You try to do that with a pair of needle nose, you're not opening it at all. Right? Or let's say you get a pair of, I got a pair of Tectons here. Yeah, you could get out the other end a little bit, but the handle can't pass through. Right? Or if you're going to open, you're limited to, this is roughly 6 inches long right here. You're limited to a couple inches inside there, and you're getting just a little bit of grip strength to grab that item. So what's nice, unique about these is actually how they create these beams. And some of you may be looking at this saying, man, this looks really familiar to something else that's out there right now. And that would be, I feel like a latest trend that people are jumping on is this new Milwaukee long nose plier set. They have a very similar beam design that keeps it as straight as it possibly can for keeping the jaws open, and then also just keeping a minimal amount of open space on the on the handles themselves, so that you could grab whatever items it is you're trying to grab, right, with these. The difference being is, well, the Milwaukee ones are new. These IPS ones have been around for a bit now. They're made in Japan. The Milwaukee ones, I believe, are made in Taiwan. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, guys. And what's nice about these two is the price. These IPSs right now, especially with the yen versus the dollar, are quite favorable. I believe they used to be $30, $40 in that range. I could be wrong. But now you could get them for, I think I got these for $26. And that may continue to go down, it may not, but for the time being, the price of this, $25, we'll say, let's say it's $50, right? Right now, if you want the pair of the Milwaukees, you're looking at, I think about $100 on Amazon right now. And these you buy on Amazon as well. So super easy to get a hold of. And they're actually quite nice. I actually, in this case, prefer them to that. IPS has been around as a company for a long time, making great products. So I wanted to show you guys too a quick application. Let's say you got a screw. I'm gonna use this pipe to just kind of demonstrate how tight it could possibly be tolerance-wise to get inside a space to remove, let's say, a fastener. But I just want to give you guys a little look there. You know, you're going past 6 inches. Let's say it's 7, almost 8 inches in there, or maybe 9 inches, right about there now. You're grabbing onto that screw, and you're able to loosen that. See? Easy peasy. Now let's flip that over, and we do it with these tectons, these long reach tectons. Right, you could get maybe an inch out the end. Let's see if we get enough space there to get it open. I could still turn that, but it is choked up. I don't know what you guys see on the top here. It is choked up at the top. I am not getting any more distance out of that. And I also have a very narrow tip. You're right, that's the challenge with needle nose, is your leverage goes just terrible at the end here, because you start putting lateral force on these really tiny pieces of metal, it starts to deflect and lose grip. So that's the challenge of long needle noses. And I think that IPS has done a great job creating both the 45-degree and the straight version of these pliers. So all in all, and this, once again, they give these cool placards. You could go through and read all the information on here and translate it to English. But they're super nice. I mean, they're 12 and a half ounces. So they got some heft to them, but they're not overly heavy. They're solid pliers. And if you're interested in a set of pliers that does a little bit more and could definitely get you out of a tight pinch, take a look at these IPSs. They are some seriously nice pliers. So I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts. You know, what do you think? Have you guys tried out the Milwaukees? What are your thoughts on those? Have you tried these IPSs out? Because I don't see a lot of people talking about them. And so far, I have actually liked them tremendously. So, anyways, guys, please like, please subscribe, and hang in there for some more videos that we'll have coming up weekly for you guys. All right, talk to you guys soon.